guys, welcome to my channel. So I recently went to Ulta and my main goal was to get this palette, and instead I ended up buying a crap load of other stuff that I probably don't need. So I'll have that linked above and below. That is where I bought this palette. But if you are here for the palette review and tutorial, this is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's Norvina. This is actually the daughter of Anastasia. She is gorgeous. I'll throw some pictures up here because this palette fully encompasses her. She's a very whimsical, fun, I mean, I don't know her personally, but her style is everything that this palette has. Her hair is always pink or purple or some beautiful fun shade, and this palette includes a lot of those colors. It's gorgeous, she's gorgeous, and I'm really excited to show you guys today more about the palette, find out if the colors work, don't work, if you should buy it. I'll have my final thoughts at the end if it is worth it for you. So with that, I will jump right into the tutorial and review. So taking the palette out of the carton, it is very true to the ABH palettes. It has that nice soft velvety, and it's this gorgeous kind of periwinkle shade that kind of matches my outfit today. So the outside is just the standard velvet, and inside we have the plastic sheet protector that just protects the mirror from the shades so that the shadows don't transfer. And this is a look at the colors. None of the other ABH palettes have had 7 shimmers. This whole top row is shimmer and then the whole bottom is matte. And there's a couple that looks like they have some micro glitter in there. They're not quite a matte, they have a little sparkle to them, but they're not like these metallic shimmers up top. And then keeping with the whimsical theme, she has a lot of this, like this periwinkle, there's this purple up here, there's a really dark purple, and then there's a pink shimmer, a light pink like transition area, and then just a couple neutral mattes so that you can really make a full look out of this but have the fun pop of color. I will swatch it for you guys to see if it's kind of consistent to their other formulas. Obviously I'm going to go into this fun periwinkle shade, the pink, let's do this sparkly rose gold, and the celestial, the sparkly purple. So there are the colors on my finger. They already, I mean, this one picked up a ton. I kind of rubbed in the pan, but maybe I didn't need to do that so much. So let's see here. So this is purple, this is the soul. And then the pink is love. And then there is the rose gold shimmer shade. Wow. Look at how metallic that is. And then celestial, the other metallic purple shade. So as you can see, those are super pigmented. They feel pretty consistent with the other formulas for their Anastasia Beverly Hills shimmers and mattes. So I'm excited to jump in. I normally tend to gravitate towards the neutral shades, but this palette is so fun with these pinks and purples that I'm really gonna try to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and do something a little bit more fun. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do Soul, this periwinkle shade, in my transition area, and then darken it up with some of these colors down here. This is Passion and Volatile. I'll probably use those two to darken up that crease area, and then I kind of want to create an ombre effect with the shimmers. There's so many shimmers, I really want to get to use them all, so I'm going to try to do Dreamer in the inner corner, maybe Wild Child as a pop of color in the center, and maybe mixed with some of that Celestial, and then Drama on the outer corner to just kind of make that ombre shimmer, and we'll see how it turns out. So starting with Soul on a fluffy transition brush. Now when I dip into the palette, there is a little bit of fallout. This has been controversial in some of her palettes in the past, but if the color is pigmented enough, which we saw on my arm, it's pretty pigmented. To me, that doesn't bother me if there's a little bit of fallout, as long as I'm still getting the color pigment. It's when it becomes kind of a chalky consistency and then it doesn't show up on your eye that it's obviously not worth it. So far, this color is not disappointing. Okay, so the transition shade is in there, and now I'm going to take Passion and Volatile, and I'm going to mix those two together to start darkening up that crease on a blending brush. And this one is by Luxie. It's a double-edged transition shade, transition brush, and blending brush. Now these two colors, Volatile and Passion, are kind of like a light brown and kind of deep cranberry color, but mixed together and on top of this purple transition shade, they're starting to look like a darker purple. So it actually is working quite well together. I wasn't sure how purple, brown, and cranberry were gonna go, but it seems to be working. And these colors are blending so well. Now I'm taking a clean blending brush and just kind of buffing that all together in circular motions. This will help blend all the colors together and not make it look so separated. And then I'm gonna go back over it with those dark colors again to really darken up the crease. So now that that's all blended out together, I'm going in with just a little more of the Volatile, that brown shade. And there aren't as many dark colors in this palette as the other one, probably because it is such a light, fun palette. So for me, I usually do use a darker shade than this in the crease, but it is building up quite nicely. Okay, so moving on to the shimmers, I'm going to start with Drama in the outer corner of my eye since it's the darkest color. And I'm gonna do one eye with my finger and one eye with a natural hair brush. Your finger tends to pick up the most pigment and transfer it to your eyelid best. But a natural hair brush also works really well. And I actually use a natural hair brush. This one's from Morphe, and that's what I use for my other ABH palette, the Soft Glam, and it works flawlessly with the shimmers. So I'm curious to see how this palette works with the shimmers, if they're a consistent formula, and if they'll work with both the natural hair bristle and my fingers. So I'll do one on each eye. So going in with Drama on the outer corner. Now with these palettes, with the other ones as well, there is some fallout under my eyes. So typically when I do my makeup with these palettes, I either do my eye makeup first and then my face makeup, or I'll put a little powder down before going in, but I didn't do that this time. So there is a little fallout I'm gonna have to clean up after. In the center of my eye, I'm gonna go in with Celestial and Wild Child, the purple and pink shades. Those colors are so beautiful. Let's do a little more pink. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with Dreamer. And on the other side, I'm going to use the natural hair bristles, and I'll clean it off in between each color. All right, a couple comments. It is definitely not as bright as the side that I used my finger on. The brush is a little bit more dull and took a couple more layers, but it's not bad if you want to use a brush and don't want to dirty your fingers. But I am going to brighten that up and make it match with using my finger. And then the other thing is the Drama, let's see if I can get it to focus, had so much more fallout here on my cheek with the brush than it did with my finger. With my finger, I had just a little bit of fallout underneath, but this just coated it. See that? Ruined my makeup. This is why you should always either start with your eyes or put some powder down if you're using dark colors, and then I guess especially with this palette. Okay, we're back in business and going to be a lot more careful this time. Also, if you're using a brush, you can spray a little setting spray, or MAC Fix Plus is what most people use, and that will help the pigment stick a little bit better to the brush and to your eyelid rather than having as much fallout as I did. That's another tip as well. To finish off the top of our lids, I'm going in with this color that is appropriately named Base. And I'm just going to use a flat shader brush and get a cat hair off of it and just work that in under my eyebrow, and this will help to clean up any of the transition shade that got too high and to make it pop by your eyebrow. For the lower lash, I'm gonna kind of mirror what I did on top, not with the shimmers, but just with the matte shades. So going in with that Soul a little bit lower and then working some of those darker colors in tight against my lower lash line. And to blend that all in, I'm just taking that clean blending brush again and buffing that under my eye. For the inner corner, I'm going back in with Dreamer. It's that kind of champagne shimmery shade. Say that 5 times fast. And I'm also going to pop a little bit into my brow bone. All right, I'm going to put on eyeliner, lashes, and I will be right back with final thoughts. Okay, liner and lashes are now on. So the other thing I wanted to try, which might look absolutely ridiculous, is I got this lipstick from Shop Miss A. I'll have the video linked above and below. It was a $1 liquid lipstick haul, and this is a color that I would never purchase for myself, but I was like, it was part of their spring collection and it was $1, so I was like, what the heck, I'll try it. And I figured I would never wear it again, but it might actually match the kind of soul color, but I'm not sure I'm gonna like it on its own. So I also have this really shimmery pink juicy tube from Lancome. This is Marshmallow Electro, and it's a really light pink with a bunch of sparkles in it. So I'm hoping together that these kind of match the whole whimsical purples and pink theme. So we'll see how that goes. This is definitely looking weird. I thought it was a little bit more purple. Turns out it's a little more bluish gray. So hopefully the pink sparkles will fix it, but otherwise I might just have to take it off. This worked out a lot better in my head. This does not look good. It just looks like really shiny blue lipstick, so it's coming off. All right, instead I'm going in with a much more neutral. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills color Crush, and it's just kind of a mauvey, dusty rose. Okay, much better on the lips. So, final thoughts on the Norvina palette. I personally absolutely love it. I don't know if this palette would be for everyone, just because the colors are a little less neutral. So if you're someone who likes to do fun colors and throw in a purple or a pink here and there, then I think this palette is very consistent with the other ABH formulas. They're beautiful, they blend out fantastic, the colors are gorgeous. But if you're someone who's a little more neutral and just tend to stick to those tones, this might not be the best one for you. There are only a few neutral shades that you could do a brown look with. So if you want it for that, but otherwise I would recommend like the Soft Glam or even some of their individual ones if you want to get a more nude look. This is not the palette for you. But with the exception of Drama having some huge fallout with the brush, which again is partial user error, but the other colors didn't do that. It was just with this one. So that was the only exception. Otherwise, the colors were absolutely gorgeous. I love this eye look. Without the lashes, this is a look that I might wear on a daily, well, not every day, but it's something that I would be comfortable wearing. So again, if a color is not for you, then maybe save the $42 and wait for a more neutral palette. But I personally love this. I thought Norvina did a fantastic job. So that's all. That's final thoughts, the look, a tutorial with the palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!